Hi guys, we're here with Pong from OmiseGO. Thanks
Alex.
for joining us.
Thank you.
So what's been happening with OmiseGO lately, and what's your role there? And for people at home that haven't followed, what is OmiseGO setting out to do?
Sure. I'll give a little bit intro about myself. So my name is Pong. I am a product manager at OmiseGO. So specifically, we do have a number of products, but the one that I'm working on right now is on the OMG network itself, and particularly around the APIs, around the integrations, and improving that quality of life of integrators and people that are trying to build things that are on top of network. So as for what's been going on with OmiseGO, maybe you should step back and just like trying to describe what this thing is, right?
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, OmiseGO, essentially what we are setting out to do is to build out a new like financial rails where it is essentially value agnostic, right? So any type of crypto, any type of like value vouchers, fiat, and all these sort of things that may represent in one way or another value to be able to be exchangeable for one another. So we have this vision of building this global decentralized exchange where you have like high liquidity of these values where it was never before possible to transact with each other.
And that's what we see you guys building at the moment, to have all those aspects, to have an all-in-one wallet, to have a DEX behind the scenes, and we've now got the alpha release out, and these things take time. So yeah, what progress are we at with all of that?
Sure, yeah. Right now, currently the e-wallet, which is more of like somewhat enterprise facing, we're going through the steps where we're beginning to have the Ethereum integration, and once that is done, then we move on to having full Plasma integrations, right? So any type of enterprise or any types of wallet providers that would like to mint some kind of points, vouchers, items, digital fungible assets on a database or on a server, don't have to write anything from scratch. We would like to make that process easier. So there's like a standard tool, standard library, standard ways to deploy these wallet applications on the back end, right? And of course, that with the integration, then we enable that to be easy for the enterprise to also plug into the blockchain.
And we've had a bit of interest from enterprise already, from Amisa, the parent company, throughout Thailand. So the idea is that hopefully there'll be lots of companies all using these wallets where users can pay with these different tokens or vouchers or whatever it is. That's kind of the ultimate goal, isn't it?
Yeah. The goal is, I mean, it's really up to the merchants and to the vendors, right? If they have the appetite for it, to plugging into crypto, but at the same time, we want to facilitate that option as well, them having optionality, and I think the forward-looking organizations or companies, that's what they're looking to do, right? To be one step ahead on where the payment is going.
And this is something that's going to have thousands of transactions per second if we have all these little payments. So that brings us to the need for scaling. And you guys were one of the first to research Plasma, which is blockchains within blockchains, so every little enterprise could possibly have their own chain of sorts. So that's finally coming along, but now there's more people that are focusing on Plasma as well. So do you guys all collaborate with this research? Or?
Yeah, sure. I do want to mention though that that's a very interesting train of thoughts, right? Like how we start from this vision, and you were like, okay, well, how do we enable this vision and with this particular product? But then you realize, oh wait, then there are issues because we want to scale these things out to the mass, and that's why we go into Plasma. Yeah. So one of the things that people do struggle to find with OmiseGO is like, oh, what are they doing? What are these really complex research that you are embarking into that's just hard to grasp? It's in the end, it's boils down to first principle, right? These are the problems that we're trying to solve, like long term, and these are the issues that we have to solve before we get there. So Plasma is essentially that. It's a way for us to, it's a stepping stones progress for us to getting to that vision. And then what Plasma enables is that layer 2 scalability solution on top of Ethereum. Originally, it was drafted and written by Joseph Poon. And it's it serves a particular design. I would call, so how I make analogy to people is that you would call a plasma is like a bridge, right? You can have varieties of different types of bridge. You can have a variety of implementation. It might look different, it might have different flavor, but at the same time, it bridges two things together, right? So the plasma is somewhat similar in that aspect. So you can have multiple types of plasma, and other people have many implementation of plasma. Loom have plasma cash, we have plasma more VP design, and there are many more to come.
And is there any reason why you guys chose plasma rather than like state channels or another type of scaling that's in the works?
Yeah, that's a good question. So state, I'm a big fan of state channels as well, and a lot of the scalability solutions. And I think they will make a really big impact in this space and serve a specific set of use case. Yeah. Now, for our specific set of use case, we are looking at we don't have we have dynamic set of participants, so it makes like state channels is ideal for you have limited sets, right? Yeah. For participants, and we have you have a strong requirement for throughputs. We have a strong requirement for security of funds on the root chain. So for us, for our more recurring payments, where it is possible to onboard non-crypto users directly on the Plasma chain itself, Plasma is ideal for this use case.
So any final thoughts for everyone at home? What most excites you about OmiseGO now we've finally got that alpha out?
Yeah, I think what I'm looking forward to as far as excitement goes is the possibility of people building applications on top. Right now, because OmiseGO is essentially building this infrastructure layer, right? So whether someone came out with a payment solution, a wallet solution, or even something that has doesn't necessarily have anything to do with payment, like games, like Hart created a Plasma Dog, for example.
I have played Plasma Dog on the channel, yes, yeah.
and so it's up to the developers, up to the projects, right, to use this now enabled tool that solve whatever that specific domain is. So I'm pretty excited on how they're using that to solve their problems.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us today, Paul.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.